Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for Thursday, July, August 4th, 2022. Throne Thursday. Today we're pulling from the Game of Thrones tarot cards. I definitely feel like with the Devil, the Page of Swords, and the Knight of Swords, our shadow side, or I feel like we're trying to remove something out of our life. You know, with the Knight of Swords, it could be someone that you have a crush on, or a relationship, or you know what I mean, because or maybe this is yourself. You know, sometimes we are not we don't want to see ourselves as this bamboozler, or someone that likes to lead people on. You know what I mean? Like, I strongly believe in karma. So I feel like you maybe they're not even a bad person. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's just like, you're getting signs, or you feel it's time to move forward. You know what I mean? But I feel like, I definitely feel like that because of the Hierophant, and not the Hierophant, excuse me. I thought the Hierophant was the Hermit, and I felt like still taking that step back, the showing the light of the situation. You know what I mean? I feel like, the Hermit has been very strong. It's time, you know what I mean? It's time to concentrate on different things. I feel like Six of Spears, you will be successful. Anyone that has gone through any sort of upbringing where, you're always told you're X, Y, and Z, bullied in school, you tend to believe those things. So to rewrite that is really hard. You know what I mean? You will get, hear those things, and you'll get a comment, and you won't remember that positive comment. You will remember all the negatives. You know what I mean? Definitely pre-Mercury retrograde. We were talking about with the Hierophant, Mercury, the planet of communication. You know what I mean? But I definitely feel this positive swing of things, where it's like financially, your work, you know what I mean? Eight of Coins, you're being seen and recognized by your coworkers, is what they're saying. You know what I mean? They're seeing the hours that you're putting in. They're seeing the progress you're making in X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? They're saying you're being seen as a good investment. There you go. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? That's where they want you to put your energy into. You know what I mean? They keep on talking about new financial projects. I definitely got offered a couple. So, it's just like, you got to go where, especially because they're knocking about money here this week. And they've been knocking about it for a couple of weeks. I would definitely take a strong look at offers and see which one suits you best. You know what I mean? Because you want something that has longevity. You don't want something that's just going to be a spurt or a spat and then it's gone. You know what I mean? I feel like, especially with myself, it's like I know what I want to accomplish, and I know I'm grateful for the opportunities. I would never want to sit there and be like, it's beneath me. No, it's not. You know what I mean? It has a lot of appealing qualities, but it's just like what I want to accomplish, I'm grateful for, but, I'm going to pass for now. So, news, contracts. So, we keep getting a lot of contracts. Vigilance. As a person, the Page is a young individual, male or female, who is witty, clever, and contrary. Applied to a situation, he represents vigilance. You may have contracts and documents to arrange or sign for property, travel, finance, or other agreements. So the message is to pay attention to the details and listen carefully to advice from trusted sources. They're showing me someone I definitely do trust, and I would go if I needed, if I wasn't sure about, they're showing me another one. I'm very lucky that I'm blessed with these people in my life, that I would go to them and I'd be like, what do you think? You know what I mean? One is more blunt than the other. The other one tends to like baby me, I guess I would say, isn't so blunt. So, I would definitely ask for their opinion on certain things, especially finances, and see where they land on it. So we go to the Six of Spears. It's like you will be successful. You know what I mean? For myself, insurance is up. So it's like, it keeps going up. I haven't made any claims, so it just makes sense to look for someone else. So it's like getting on that, you know what I mean? But I definitely feel like that's what they're saying. What are they covering there? You know what I mean? So I feel like it's just because it's cheaper doesn't mean that's what you need. So, talking it through, writing all the pros and cons down. Success acknowledgement prizes self-confidence. Taking a well-deserved bow. The harmonious six shows. So six, we're getting a lot of sixes. Appreciation and success. You're recognized and rewarded for your work and your community. Education or sporting achievements. This card answers yes if your question was, will I pass my exam? Will this win this award? This card shows self-confidence and in relationships feeling high on love. Definitely where we're talking about self-confidence, Leo season, Lionsgate, I definitely feel like, a lot of people are feeling themselves right now. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that, when you sit there and do something for yourself, maybe it's a facial, getting your nails done, pedicure, whatever it is, haircut, anything. It's like you feel good for yourself. You're like, yeah, like I did that for me, And I feel like that's the best feeling in the world is when you do something for yourself. You're not relying on anybody else. You're not, dependent upon anyone else. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like they said, your happiness should depend on you. You know what I mean? You should be, the source of your happiness. You shouldn't have to depend on others. So with the devil, temptation, I feel like that's where, I feel like there is this draw to do things that are not savory for ourselves. So spending too much money, drinking, drugs, sex, illicit affairs is what they say. So it's like we're tempted to do certain things that are not good for us. And the universe is like, this too shall pass, whatever this is. So I feel like something doesn't go our way or we feel a certain way and we sit there and comfort ourselves. Food, whatever this is. Is it eating? Is it drinking? Drugs? Spending money? Whatever it is. And it's just like, you're going to feel the after effects of it. Temptation, addiction, power, anger, lust, excess, materialism. The devil reveals an arrangement, moral obligation, or relationship that restricts you. The card also stands for materialism and ego. So it can mean feeling enslaved by work or debt, or negative people draining your energy or bank account. It's also a card of addiction. To substance, sex, illicit affairs, or a pattern of victimization. Whatever gives you short-term refuge or pleasure is ultimately damaging. You can, however, be free of this situation. A binding contract, So maybe you want to get out of something, but there's a bind. Maybe it's a marriage. You want to get out of it, especially the fact that the Nine of Swords here, always on the move. This is someone you cannot commit to because they're always here, there, and everywhere. You know what I mean? So it could maybe you want to get out of this divorce. You want to get out of this marriage, but it's like, financially, maybe you can't. Maybe you can't afford a divorce. So I feel like, that's just where, this Nine of Swords comes in. Power trip. So you got to do what makes you happy. So the Nine of Swords, drama, stress, conflict, change. As an individual, this knight charges ahead with bold and determined. He has charismatic and lacks finesse. Applied to a situation, he stands for sudden drama and conflict, and he often reveals relationships, stress, family discord, and other personal challenges to be overcome. So it looks like, from what I could see, is like someone that likes to stir the pot. They stir the pot, and then they step back and they watch everybody else go at each other. You know what I mean? So it's just like, being mindful of that. Just like, they only thrive if you feed it. They're a monster. So when they notice they affect your energy, that's when they thrive. You know what I mean? So don't let it affect you. Just ignore them. So Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups, this is a strong individual. This could be a child around you. This could be yourself as a young individual coming out into your own with your psychic abilities. I definitely feel like if you are a parent and you're watching this, they're highlighting one of your children. Maybe you have the ability and it's been something that's been generational. I feel like this is coming out. I feel like that's why they feel things. That's why they're more sensitive and prone to things. News, fun, and opportunities. As an individual, the Page is sensitive. So Cancers is very sensitive. So they could be zodiac sign Cancer. You know what I mean? We just came out of the sensitive, period with Cancer in the sky. And I definitely feel like everyone was touchy. Imaginative young person, he or she may be psychic. Applied to a situation, the card heralds a creative phase, plus a surprise social opportunities and friendships. Meeting the page is also a sign that new relationships are on the horizon. So this could be a Cancer, zodiac Cancer coming into your life. You know what I mean? This is someone coming into your life that's going to be this sensitive individual. So maybe that's something to be keep mindful of. There's also good news about children and projects. Who doesn't love that? You know, school's coming back in, so you know maybe they get a reward or something like that. They're recognized for, they're in their community for something. I don't know if they did something over the summer they're recognized for it. I'm not sure, but you know, or they're up for something. Who knows? So we go to the Hierophant. So this is the pulpit. Two people are standing before them and they're making that legal commitment, right? I always say when we talk about engagements, if that's not something that's in your forefront right now, we're talking about a verbal contract. When you think about an engagement, I am giving you this ring as a symbolism that I promise to marry you in the future. You know what I mean? So that's a verbal contract. When you actually get married, you sign a legal binding document saying that you two are now one. His assets are yours. You know, each other's debts are each other's. Your belongings are belong to one another. You know what I mean? So there's this legal binding contract. So unity, orthodoxy, divine law, connection, alliances, commitment. So the number 5 is linked to Mercury, planet of communication, which refers early roles to the monarch. The Hierophant has diverse meanings from traditional religious and spiritual knowledge to education opportunities. So side by side, you know, this young individual may become that type of spiritual leader. You know what I mean? I can see with my children drawn to cards. You know, they'll be drawn to a deck. They'll pull up. I'm drawn to these cards. What do they mean? You know what I mean? So I read it for them. I spread it all out and I read it for them. Overall, the card denotes unity, connecting minds, body, and soul, or making a key commitment. The card could also represent following or becoming an inspiring spiritual leader, mentor, or teacher, career progresses, marriage. So maybe that's what you've been waiting for. Maybe you're a healer like myself and you're waiting for that opportunity that resonates with you as a healer and you're able to move forward. I don't want to sit there and, you know, get this opportunity and it's not who I am. It doesn't resonate with who I am. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody is different. I don't want to sit there and make a rise up and be a phony. You know what I mean? So, you know, everybody is different. So income opportunities, good news details. So income opportunities. As a person, the page is a young, plain talking individual, male or female, who is reliable and diligent. Applied to a situation, the card reveals good news about money, income through a new job or project. So when they talked about new income, I feel like it's a part-time endeavor. They were showing someone that I know that's in my, well, two. One makes these really cool signs. And I really didn't get to see like the detail of it because it was like a quick like photo. So it looks like making more money off of that. They were showing the person that makes tumblers. So, you know, making more money off of that. Like, I feel like it's like back to school and you know what I mean? It's the fall. Everybody likes the signs outside their doors, stuff like that. Getting more eyes on what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's also time to deal with tax returns and to check your schedules. Time is money. So I feel like with the tax returns, it's just, you know what I mean? Like they're saying, pay attention to the details earlier. You know what I mean? What are we looking out for here? So the 8 of coins. So this is where you are being seen. So if, you know what I mean? If this page of cups turns into a spiritual leader, you know what I mean? This can bring in money. 8 of coins. This is where they end up being, you know, bringing in apprenticeships, paying it forward. So apprenticeship, perfection, rewards. The 8 is called the Apprentice Card because it's about education and skills. It shows you successfully finishing a task, of course, of learning and completing work to a higher standard. The card often comes up in readings to mark the end of a degree, diploma, or a probation period at work. or a phase of creativity and craftsmanship. Your work is bringing you financial rewards. So, you know what I mean? Maybe you were working over the summer towards something, or like a probational period, like, and now you're reaching that. I feel like that's a positive omen for that. Especially when we get, like, with myself, it's like all these opportunities. It kind of gives me anxiety, because I'm like, are you telling me that I should take these opportunities because this one that I'm working on isn't going to, kind of is not going to pan out? You know what I mean? So you kind of go back and forth with it. You know what I mean? But, like, that's why I'm saying you've got to take a step back and logically think. Do a meditation. So 9 of Spears, and this is where I definitely feel like victorious. You know what I mean? 6 of Spears, 9 of Spears. I feel like victory. The battle is won. So defense, determination, strength, boundaries, creative tension. You're in a strong position, defended rather than defensive. But hard work is taking its toll. You may be feeling exhausted by the sheer effort it's taking to get to this point. This card can also show keeping ideas to yourself because you fear criticism or a buildup of tension in creative projects. Maybe you keep it to yourself because it's nobody's business. You know what I mean? What you do in your life is your business. You know what I mean? You don't have to tell anybody. They don't, RuPaul famously said, unless those bees ain't paying your bills, don't pay them no mind. You know what I mean? Like, what you do in your life, as long as you're not affecting anyone in a negative way, doesn't matter. Like, I'm sure healers going to be like, you know what? It's a paycheck, da-da-da-da. Fine, that's who you are. You know what I mean? But don't poop on me, because I rather take the longer road to where I want to get to, because I don't want the quick route. I want to stay intact to who I am and what I do, and not be dictated, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's different. You want to make it sooner? You know what I mean? Some people are all about the bread. Go for it. You know what I mean? But with me, there are some bonds that are very strong there. I'm very lucky that I've made some friends with people that I read for. Like, some of them are family. So it just depends, who you are and how you want to move forward in life. You know what I mean? So, when you're ready, those opportunities will come. When the universe knows that you're ready for this thing to come into your life, it will appear. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Thursday, August 4th, 2022. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Bye.